Hi, Pete Moore, welcome to Mart TV. I've been a reloader all my shooting life, and I've used I've used nearly all machines. Single station O-frame, progressives, turret types. I also did a lot of load development on the range, which is the best place to do it because you can go away, knock out 5 rounds, different powder charge, different bullet weights, different cartridge overall lengths, shoot them, chronograph and so they work. You can fine tune. And to do that, I don't really want to pull up to the range with a big heavy O-frame press and have to bolt it down on the bench. It's a bit of a pain. I want something that's going to do the same job, it's light and handy. And I've had this in the Lee hand press. I've been using the Lee hand press for probably about 8 to 10 years now, and this is the new Lee hand press kit. You get 2 choices. You get the hand press on its own, as we shall see, but the kit adds extra items which I think are well worth the effort. So let's have a look inside. First of all is the hand press itself. A cantilever system, steel ram, accepts standard shell holders, and in the top there's an adapter for 7/8 by 14 TPI, that's threads per inch, for your standard loading dies. Here I've got a set of Lee Pacesetters, and that's the standard thread, 7/8 by 14 TPI. However, this is removable, and Lee offer what they call a Breechlock quick change system, which basically substitutes this, because it's got like an interrupted screw thread in there, for a different sort of collar on your dime. So this slotted collar goes, and you get like a collar taller, you clamp on, that has the engaging thread in it. So all you do is drop your die in, I think you twist it 1/4 of a turn or 1/3 of a turn, and it locks it solid, which means your die settings never change and it's easy in, easy out. So that's the press. It may look a bit simple, but it's, believe you me, it's man enough to do 30-odd 6 resizing, anything really. I've loaded pretty much most, including 4570, from 223 to 4570 with this, and it's not that arduous. You have a nice mechanical advantage there. So that's the press, that's the heart of the system. Lee also offer their RAM prime unit, which is essential because you can prime your cases. So what you do, RAM prime comes in here, and it consists of, as the name implies, the RAM prime unit, which is just basically an extension that takes the cup, plunger and spring that holds individual primers. To this, Lee provide this adapter. It's a shell plate adapter, a shell holder adapter. That goes in, screws in like that, as you can see. The shell holder from your die set clips in like so. And if you watch, the priming cup comes up. So what you do, you put your size and D-prime case in like that. Insert a primer in there, and in she goes. They're a lot faster systems, but what I'm saying is this thing is with the press, and I usually bring prime cases to the range, but if you don't, it's not a problem to prime, and you haven't got a massive lot of kit hanging around. Lee also think of everything, and you get, as well as the small rifle, you get a large rifle, plunger and cup. Spring remains the same. So that all goes into a neat plastic container, like so. This comes off. Right, also included in the kit is loops, case loop, which is very important. If you're sizing cases, you don't lose them, you get stuck in a die, and I've done it as a youngster, believe you me, and unless you can get the case out, your die is completely and utterly ruined. There's a full set of instructions with the kit, which is useful again, and also there's adverts for more Lee product, like a turret press on the back. So that is the Lee, that is the hand press basically. Price wise, let me tell you what it is. The complete kit is $67.60, and if you just want the hand press, it's $48.50. Let's set one up just out of interest. So case holder goes in there, and if we were to start by depriming as you would in any sort of loading system, the die goes in like that. You adjust the length, and then I've got a case here just to show what happens. Case goes on the shell holder, like so. Goes up, all the way comes down, pops the primer, and that is now sized. So the next thing is priming, as you've already seen, so I won't bore you with that again. Next is the bullet seater. That again screws in, like so, and you adjust the cartridge overall length. I've got a dummy here that I've made up. So basically that goes up in there like that. And this plunger at the top is adjustable for height, so you can push the bullet in or you can move it back up and down as you like. Once that's done, you've got the completed bullet in the case. Okay, so that's the right cartridge overall length. And if you want to, and I always do, these Pacesetter dies, there are 3 die set. You see you've got your size decapping die, which we've seen already. You've got your bullet seating die, adjustable. And they have a factory crimp die. Now, there's different views on this, but if you're sizing cases, and sometimes, although the cases look identical, if you were to put them over a micrometer, you find there will be fluctuations in dimensions. One of them is after sizing the actual diameter of the inside mouth of the case neck. And if it's a little bit oversized for whatever reason, then the bullet can go in, but when the cartridge fires and the powder explodes and turns into gas, the bullet doesn't offer as much resistance as it might, and it's called shot start pressure. So what the factory crimp does, it's a 4-pin collet, and it's a very subtle light. It doesn't do any ruin the case at all. What it does, it just literally nips in the case neck. It doesn't deform the bullet, it just nips it in, and so you get equal tension. And so that's what you got, like that. Push it in, there's a little crimp on it, and you can feel it going in. And when you look at the finished case afterwards, there's a slight shiny ring where the brass has been pushed in a little bit. So this comes out in sizing, but I found that loading up, say, a batch of 3 bullets without a case neck tensioner and 3 with, you get a definite reduction in velocity variation and often better accuracy. So that is the Lee hand press. These are the Lee Pacesetter dies. It's a 762x54 Russian. But they are, again, very well priced, like all Lee products, and the Pacesetter set comes with the 3 dies I've mentioned, a shell holder, which other larger companies will charge you for, and their powder scoop system, which basically looks like a big spoon, and it is a big spoon, and you swip it through your powder, and it gives surprisingly accurate results, so you don't even need a powder thrower. I've got their full set, which I'll be looking at later on, but these dies are £36.40, 3 dies, shell holder, scoop, load data for the calibre. There's probably about 100 different load recipes on the sheet. Again, good. But don't think of this as just a machine you can take to the range. Yes, I do use it a lot, but I find I use it at home a lot as well, because you can sit down, prime, and it's just light, it's easy, it's convenient. And for the money, just under 70 quid for the full kit, or about, I think I said 45-ish, just for the hand press alone. If you've got all the bits, which I have, then it's an absolutely good way to start to learn loading, cost effective, or like me with all my fancy kit at home bolted to benches, this is a great thing to take around to the range when I do load development. I'd like to thank Henry Crank & Co, who import Lee products into the UK for the load of these 2 items, and look out for more reloading videos on Mart TV. I'll see you at the range.